Now that fall has come and gone, it's time to start maintaining our equipment. And in this case, we're working on our leaf blower. So here's 3 things that you guys should do to your leaf blower every fall to keep it running in good shape. So let's get started. So when it comes to maintaining your leaf blower, there's only so much you can do to it. Whether it be a backpack blower or a handheld blower that's gas powered, there's only a few components that really need maintaining in the fall. And thankfully, most companies make all their leaf blowers and the maintenance tasks very similar. In this case, I have a Red Max EBZ 7500. This is a higher grade, almost professional series backpack blower. However, this will work down to your lowest grade backpack blower, and the same principle follows for handheld blowers that are gas powered. Now, when it comes to maintaining your leaf blowers, normally you could find kits online, especially Amazon will have some good deals on maintenance kits, which includes everything you'll need to get this done. In my case, I got mine off Amazon. This is not OEM. However, if you purchased the same products that were OEM, it was gonna be triple or almost quadruple the price. In my experience, I've never really had any issues out of Amazon products versus OEM. So let's start our maintenance on it. The first thing you're gonna change, and what most people think about, is the air filter for a leaf blower. Now I know most of you will know this, but for those of you that don't, the air filter for a leaf blower only provides air into the engine to spool up another fan, which is what sucks air in and pushes air out for the leaf blower action. I just wanted to cover that real quick because I have known people to think that this air filter actually was the one that sucked in the air and blew it out of the leaf blower. But with that out of the way, let's change our air filter. With this leaf blower and most leaf blowers, you'll have knobs on the top to unscrew. Cover will pop off. Now right here you can see there's 2 parts to this air filter. The first one being this main filter itself, which if you look at it, it's really not in that bad a shape. However, for the price of the kit, it's always just smart to replace it. And the other filter being this little guy right here. So while we're checking out this filter, we wanna make sure that we look down into our filter compartment and get out any debris. I don't really have much. I did have this little leaf that probably fell in there when I took the filter out. And besides that, everything looks really clean and good. So I know the filters are doing its job and protecting that engine when it sucks in that air. So we're gonna take our foam pad and place it in like so. So here's the 2 filters side by side. And if you guys could tell me which one's OEM and which one's not, I'd be pretty surprised. Because personally looking at them, they look identical. Only variation I see in the 2 is this has some red marking on it where this one doesn't. So let's put this air filter in and keep moving. Take your cover and put it back on. Screw it down. Now the next thing you're going to want to tackle here is your spark plug. When it comes to almost all leaf blowers, they only have 1 spark plug. So all you need to do is pull that cap off, slide it out of the way, and as you can see, you have your spark plug sitting right there. So now we need to find an appropriate size socket to unscrew it. So in my case, it takes a 5/8 inch socket. Make sure you have a deep well socket, and we're going to unscrew it. Also, with mine, it is a little difficult because the air filter's in the way, but most leaf blowers are not this difficult. But even then, this isn't too bad. So here's the old spark plug. I replaced it last season, and this is what it looks like now. So not too dirty, but it's always smart to replace them. Here's the new spark plug right next to it. They look identical, so we'll screw this one in and keep going. Quick side note here with the spark plugs. It's always good to check gap. However, this gap matches the gap of the other spark plugs, so I know I'm good. And normally they do come pre-gapped. But again, it's still always smart to give it a check. And we'll just screw that spark plug back in. On a side note, some people like to put anti-seize on their spark plugs. In this case, I'm not gonna do that because I change it every year, so I know that that 1 year period, it's not gonna seize up. Once it's hand tight, put your socket back on there and crank it down a little bit. Again, we're just putting a little bit of torque on it, but nothing crazy. That's nice and snug, so we're gonna put our cap on, make sure we hear that little pop, and now the spark plug's changed. So right now you're probably wondering, what else is there to do on this leaf blower? Because we've basically hit all the components that most people think of. Well, the last thing we're gonna do is actually change some of the fuel system components. Now, it's always smart to do this with a low fuel level or no fuel at all, but in my case, this is full almost to the brim. So I gotta be kind of careful taking stuff out of here, but if you can dump it out somewhere, that's always smart just so you don't splash around in it. So with the kit I got on Amazon, it came with two options. The first option is to solely just change your fuel filter itself. And the second option is to replace the whole fuel line system and the fuel filter, which is what I'm gonna do. Now, you don't really need to do this every season, but it is kind of good practice since these lines do deteriorate pretty quickly. As you can see right here, mine's kind of starting to gum up at the bottom, which means some fuel has escaped out of there, and they're starting to harden up, which isn't good. So now we're gonna pull these two lines off here. This one has a clamp on it and this one doesn't. We'll pull these down and then we can pull the rest of the system out. Now it's smart if you have a rag here to kind of wipe some of this dirt off, because this is your fuel system and you do want to keep it clean. This one should pull right off. And now let's take this black piece out of the fuel tank. Got my rag here, gonna drip a little bit. And real quick, if you compare the two, again, they look identical. The fuel filters look identical. And actually, the fuel filter here, I've actually neglected to change ever since I've had this leaf blower, which I've had it for over 5 years now. So I think this is gonna help give it a little more power and also make sure my fuel stays nice and clean. And while we're at it here, let's clean up this dirt and debris around this tank. Make sure we don't get it in the tank. We're gonna slide the new one in the hole. Push the gasket down in it. A flathead screwdriver will make easy work of this. So one thing we want to do here is cut these lines to the appropriate length so we don't have a bunch of excess hanging up, causing it to kink or have it have a harder time delivering fuel to it. Again, in my case, this yellow line is the one that takes the clamp. Same thing with this black line. Just use pressure to push this one on. And just like that, your fuel system is maintained and you have a brand new filter and lines going up into your carburetor. And just like that, your leaf blower is ready for next year. So now we just gotta go test it out, make sure everything runs fine, and we'll be done. Now that I got my leaf blower outside, I'm gonna start it up real quick. One thing I forgot to mention before is make sure you pour some fuel stabilizer in your fuel at this point, since your fuel is going to be sitting for a couple months or even 6 months. Because what that's going to do is you're going to have your fuel stabilizer in there and you're going to warm it up and run it through that system while you're testing it out and get that stabilizer up in your carburetor and everything else and oil everything up good, and also just keep that fuel stable until the next time you use it. So now let's start it up and make sure it works. And just like that, the leaf blower ran good. Now it was a little slow to start in the beginning, but that's because it needs to suck that fuel up into that line that has no fuel in it. But once that happened, it ran good, it fully throttled up, and it honestly seemed like it had just a little bit more power than it did earlier. So now all you need to do is put your leaf blower away for the year and wait till next season when the leaves start to fall again. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below and I'll respond to you right away. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up as it helps the channel out, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure to leave a link for the maintenance kit I bought. This company sells maintenance kits for a lot of different products. This is not a sponsored video. I just so happened to see them on Amazon and I liked what they had. So with that said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your day.